Welcome to Eliminate. This is principal versus interest concept. This is your amortization table in a graph. And as you can see, the red marker signifies your interest from zero up to there to about 3,300. Okay. And the blue graph signifies your payment for your principal. Right? As you can see, it starts about 900 plus and it slowly goes up. Okay, and the marker here are the third year, 6 years, and the ninth year, the 12th year, 15, 18, 21, and so on up to the 30 years at the end. So I just want to mention about where we at on this graph. So to start, I'm using an $875,000 loan amount with a 30-year term and a 5% interest rate. So let's go ahead and start talking about the 4-year mark. And why the 4-year mark? Because the bank really knows that majority of Americans only live in their house between 4 years to 13 years and they move out. And also they know the majority of the interest that you are paying is housed in the first 4 years. But why do people leave in the first 4 years and never pay off their house? Some of the reason are job opportunities. They may have a better offer in a different state, increase of lifestyle, marital status change, addition of family. Uh, Maybe they have more equity in their house. They want to have a better condition of their housing, or maybe the condition of the house is failing, so they wanted to sell it and just change. Move on to a better house. Maybe the location, where they at is expensive, so they want to downsize, and or maybe they wanted to retire and just travel the world. So there's a lot of reason why, and based on the statistics that the bank has, most people only live in their house between 4 to 13 years, and that is why majority of us will never pay off our house. And now let's talk about the breaking point. What is the breaking point? As you can see, the principal goes above the red line. As you can see, the blue line goes above the red line at this point between 16 and 17 years. But what does that mean? What it means is your principal balance or your principal payment at this point becomes higher than your interest payment. And the sad part about it is you still owe 559,000. Remember, our starting loan amount is $875,000, and at this point we're not even halfway through the payment. And as you can see, I already did the math, right? At this point, we have only paid 36% of our mortgage, so we still owe about 67% to our mortgage. And from the last, actually not from the last, from the main presentation that we have, that was given by my business partner, we have at this point where a $3,000 monthly payment will take you about 21 years. So let us review it real quick. So he said that every month in a year you will average about $3,000 extra principal payment, right? So at this point, the breaking line, the breaking point here, or the breaking marker here, is where we are actually passing the threshold of $3,000 principal payment. And as you can see, between the year 21 and 22 years, where we are actually going to hit a, a $3,000 principal payment. So if you look at it, it will take you about 21 years to make that $3,000 principal payment. And what we want to do is take you from day one all the way down to 21 years and make that $3,000 principal payment. And remember, guys, this is just a concept that we're trying to tell you. And this is the power of Eliminate, where we can take you from zero, from day one, all right, and leave you 21 years later and start making that payment, about $3,000 average principal payment. And since we have the first 4 year that was damaging our principal and interest payments, right? It was actually more favor to the bank and less favorable for us, because as you can see, the principal is lower than the interest rates that we're paying. So when we say, if you use eliminate mortgage, that you can eliminate your mortgage within 12 or between 8 to 12 years before you pay it off, right? And this is because the damage that was done from the first 4 years, that is where you may actually fall between 8 years to 12 years. So if you fall under here, which is, let's say this is the 11th year, right? So this may be, even though we took you from day one to 21 years making that payment, since the damage has been done here, you may fall into the 11 years, and hopefully we can help you pay off your mortgage in 11 years. And there are some instances that even there were damage in the first 4 years, that it may not affect you here, that you may be able to pay your house between 8 years, or between 8 years and on, instead of paying a 30-year mortgage. So if you guys have any questions, email us, call us, go to our website, talk to us, and we will explain better about the principal versus the interest concept. Thank you for watching.